Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're heading into the Joyce Kilmer Memorial Forest, a real gem tucked away in North Carolina's Nantahala National Forest. Named after the poet Joyce Kilmer, famous for his poem, Trees, this place is like stepping into a living piece of art. Established in 1936, the forest is home to some seriously ancient trees. Think giants over 400 years old. It is also thriving with wildlife, making each visit unique. It's a perfect spot to escape with serene streams and lush greenery all around. Whether you're hiking or just soaking it in, it's pure magic. So hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on this venture through one of nature's masterpieces. Thanks for watching. Good morning. We're at the Joyce Kilmer Memorial Forest in the Nantahala National Forest area, not too very far from Robbinsville, North Carolina, and from the Blue Waters Mountain Lodge where we're staying. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. This is a figure-8 loop. There's a lower part and an upper part. All told, it's just under 3 miles. Supposed to see some large trees, some hemlock and different trees. Some of them have been devastated by some insects that have taken over and killed a bunch of them. But we're going to take a walk up through here, see what we find, and as we go along, we'll just show you what we see and talk a little bit about it. So come along with us and we'll see what's up there.
This is what we're going to do. It's called the Joyce Kilmer Loop number 43. You can go in either direction because it's like a figure-8. So we're going to start out and see what we find.
Here's a map of the trail. We are here because that's what it says. You are here, so we must be here. And then there's the trail.
Again, lots of leaves down, so it's a little bit slick because we did have some rain. But nice walking path and bridges. One of the things I like to see is always the fern. The wild fern, and they also, over this way, are your wild rhododendron. This is probably beautiful when it's in bloom, but that is for another time. We're here for the fall foliage. Looks like they took down some logs or some trees, or they fell down. One of the things they told us to look for is the tree with legs. And we would guess that this is probably the tree with legs. And it goes way, way up there. I mean, it is really, really, really tall. But it's kind of hollowed out at the bottom. And we were reading that some of the trees here, they had an insect problem at some point, and some of the trees were eaten by insects, like perhaps this one. And they had to knock some of them down so that it'd be safe to walk. Just a little point of interest. They've done a really good job with clearing the area for you to walk. And they also have a lot of different stones and steps. And oh yes, we have spotted our first mushrooms. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Really cool.
I mean, some of these trees are gigantic, but I think when we get to the really big trees, that's up a ways. But here's just some that have fallen. Also some beautiful rocks they use for stepping stones up the path. I love the moss also. Here's one big tree that we've come across, and it again is very impressive. And it goes way up. This is who the forest is dedicated to. Joyce Kilmer Memorial Forest, dedicated 1936. And it talks about his infantry that he was in.
He's also the author of the poem Trees. I remember memorizing that in the 2nd grade.
Oh, do you remember it?
No.
We'll have to see if we can find that poem. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. We just finished part of the lower loop. And if you go here in this direction, you can just continue on the lower loop. But we also want to do the upper loop, which is up here. This is the upper loop. So we're going to take the upper loop right now, and then it'll bring us back down to the lower loop, and we'll do the other half of that to work our way out.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct. You either go this way or this way. We're going to go this way so we can make a figure 8 out of it.
This log has some interesting wildflowers growing out of it. Little white ones. Look at that, right? Growing out of the log. Here we have a fallen tree, and you can see the roots here and how long it is. And then you can see Gary all the way at the end. That's how long this tree is. Just try to give you a little perspective. And see how it broke off.
This could be the tree that fell that Nona was showing a while ago. And as you can see, she's inside the remains of the trunk. You can see how big it is. She's not even holding her arms all the way out, but it's still pretty darn wide. So probably 5 feet. 5.5 feet inside.
There they are, all the way.
All the way out, and she's not touching.
5'6".
Yep, 5'6", and she's not touching. So pretty big inside.
This is also pretty interesting. These two trees right close to each other, and look how big they are. And how super, super tall. Of course, Paps, I'm going to take a picture of him in a moment, but he has to do something really cool here. Look at that. You can still see how big these trees.
Holding the trees apart.
Holding the trees apart. You can see the sun poking through the trees. which is beautiful. Here's some more of the trees. This is just a very awesome place to come and have a hike. Everyone is so kind that you meet. They're so happy to be out here in God's nature. Here we have found some more mushrooms that are a little bit more interesting, but check those out. Awfully big.
We just finished the upper. Now we're going to finish the lower. We came from that direction. Now we're going to go this direction to finish it up and finish our figure 8. So come along.
Here's part of the lower ridge. Again, you can see trees and moss, rhododendrons. And they've just done a really good job with making this path very accessible. They didn't have to blaze it because you can just stay on the path and follow it very easily. Now, isn't that sound just beautiful? So relaxing. Getting close to the end. And this is just a really nice path. Have nice steps going down. It's kind of cool looking. Got this little tunnel. And there's Paps taking a rest, waiting on me.
Look at these beautiful yellow leaves. Gold and yellow. I wonder if this is where they got the idea back in the 60s and 70s for the gold and yellow shag carpet. Hopefully not. Nature's a whole lot prettier than that.
Almost to the end. Well, we just finished the 2 loops, a total of 3.5 miles. Great little trip. It's all shaded. I would recommend wearing your hiking boots, not tennis shoes, not flip-flops. We've seen flip-flops all along the way. It's helpful to have your stick. This is a little different stick. I usually have a pole that you can adjust because it's easier to carry with you for travel, but we borrowed this from the place we're staying. Very nice. Or you can even just grab a pole that sometimes is right at the beginning of the trail, the end of the trail, that people have picked up along the way to share. So hope you enjoyed being with us today. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, tell all your friends about us. See you next adventure.